Good morning and welcome to Mornings with Mary. It is Friday, which means it is the recap of the week. I'm feeling kind of foxy today. So if you are new, welcome. If you are returning, as always, welcome back. And if you're watching on the replay, hit some hashtag replay for me so I know what it is. And let me know what you walk away with. Let me know what, like the lights went on. You said, oh, that's exactly what I needed today. Because without you guys, I can't do this, right? So it has been quite a week around here at the Harrington household. So first, let's go a quick thing over the week, all right, so that everybody knows what's been going on. This week, we start off Monday talking about the real price of anxiety for your child. Good morning. And so the real price of anxiety with your child is how much it actually costs them. We're not talking about bank accounts and doctor's appointments and medications, but the things that it really does cost them, like friendships and activities and the lack of summer camps and the lack of the ability to be exposed to things that are good for them because they just don't have it to give within them. All right, so that was Monday. And Elizabeth came on with me and we talked really honestly about what her anxiety has cost her. We talked honestly about what it's cost Sarah and that, living with a child who has anxiety is really, really hard. Good morning, Sarah. And being able to support them and know, how can I put this? Because there's a difference between an anxiety disorder and a moment of anxiety. Okay, a moment of anxiety is when maybe your heart palpitates and you're feeling nervous, you're about ready to get up and give a talk. Maybe you feel like you want to throw up, it doesn't feel so great, but you can push through it, right? We all get those. Then there's an anxiety disorder, and that's what actually, when the anxiety inhibits your ability to live. It inhibits your ability to do things you want to do. It keeps your child from doing what they want to do, and they see it and they know it. And that's when your heart breaks. And that's the real cost of anxiety. It's not the medications, it's not the doctors. I mean, that's the financial cost, but the emotional cost is watching it stop them from being able to do what they want to do. So that was Monday. Tuesday, I talked about how I got my butt whipped by a gnome cartoon movie, right? And how when we put others in front of our relationships or other priorities in front of our relationships, it really has an impact throughout our entire life. So when we look at ourselves, we look at our spouse, and we say, you can wait. Well, we know what we're left with. It's kind of an empty plate. So when we make ourselves wait for our own self-care because we're taking care of everyone else, we deplete ourselves. When we look at our spouse and say, you can wait, the kids come first, guilty as charged right here, our relationship suffers. And not so much suffers like we're going to get divorced, but like we have different priorities and we end up being ships in the night where we pass each other in the hallway and we're like, yep, that's my spouse, that's my partner, but there's nothing here. We are partners in parenting, but we're not partners in our marriage. And so that's something that can happen when, especially if your child does have an anxiety disorder or special needs, where you just end up focusing on everything else but yourself and your primary relationship. And that can be very destructive. And remembering to take the time to have date nights, which I'm really bad at, and taking the time to, sit down, talk with each other. Sometimes when Rich gets up at 5 a.m, I might be tired. Okay, that does not might be, I am. I sometimes will actually get up and look at him and say, you got to turn off ESPN because watching fit guys exercise doesn't work for me. Good morning. I really need we need time to work on us. And so let's have a cup of coffee in the dark and sit down and talk, because that's going to be more important than watching some score that came up that some team did and you can watch it later. Okay? So being able to prioritize our relationship. So Monday was the cost of anxiety on our child. Tuesday was really the cost of putting ourselves and our relationships last. Wednesday was, oh my God, what do I do? My kid's behind. Chillax. They're going to catch up when they're ready. When their brain is ready, they're going to get there. You have to trust that. And it's always, go back and reintroduce things because you don't know when their brain's going to be ready. They don't know when their brain's going to be ready. So just go back and reintroduce it. Just like when they were little and you had to reintroduce foods, you reintroduce different learning subjects. And when they're ready, they're going to grasp it and they're going to run. And then you'll be like, oh my God, they've been doing Prodigy Math for 2 hours straight. I kind of want a break from this. Let it go. It all happens in their own time. Everyone blooms when they're ready. One of my favorite gardening cliches, right, or references is that peppers take anywhere from 4 to 12 weeks to bloom. So sweet peppers, that's what it is. You could have a pepper that blooms at 4 weeks. That's great, but is that pepper any less special than the pepper that bloomed at 12 or 13 or 14 weeks? No. Either way, you both get a pepper. You just get it on a different time scale. Our children are sort of like peppers. They bloom when they're ready. They come to their fruitation when they're ready. Hey, honey bunch, what's up? Okay, thank you. I didn't need to know that, but thank you. See? Real life lives, introductions with children. That's just what it is. I get like the hourly update, sometimes the minute update. Do you guys get that? Because I totally get that all the time. Yesterday was Thursday, and it was really short. Yesterday was basically about, oh God, my brain's farting. That's why it was so short. Yesterday, honestly, I'm gonna like be honest with you. It was supposed to be about being able to talk about basically when you lose friends and stuff when you begin to homeschool. Good morning, Crystal. And sometimes, yeah, you do lose friends because when you change your parenting paradigm and when you change how you interact with your children, the people that were authoritative in your life, your friends and family and stuff, it gets really uncomfortable for you and for them. And you might want to like shout from the rooftops like, hey there, your way is wrong. You suck. You're killing your kids' emotions. You can't really do that. Good morning, sweetheart. You really have to look at everyone and understand that they are where they are in their life because that's what they know. And we all do the best with what we know at that time. Now, that doesn't mean there's not room for improvement. That doesn't mean that someone else is wrong. It's just maybe you're on a different path. You know, if you sort of think of life like a bunch of bridges between trees, and trees is where we meet other people. Oh, I'm going to get to how I am in just a second. Those bridges, those pathways are where we learn the most. And so as we are traveling these pathways and we are learning and exploring new ways of expanding our mind and expanding our world, we're going to find things that work and find things that don't work. And you may lose some people along the way. And that's totally cool. You can walk a path together for a while and then say adios. They gave to your life. Everyone that you meet in life is either a lesson or a blessing, and you get to choose. Now, as for how I am, because it has been a bitch of a week here at the Harrington household. So in February, we found out that Kimberly Clark, with the company my husband works for, was letting go 5,500 people. We've been waiting since February to find out. It's a long time to wait. But we got told on Monday we'd know by Friday. So then it's like, you know, okay, so the shoe is here, right? Now the shoe's here. And yesterday it got dropped. And as of May 18th, this is a zero income household. Yeah, I'm kind of scared. But you know what's really great about that? And I know you're probably going to think I am nuts for this, all right? What's really great about this is my husband's 49 years old, and he has always lived his life for someone else. He has always worked for the purpose of someone else. He's like proselytized himself because of his own ideas of who he should be according to a role. Well, it's time to change that. It's time to take time to discover who he is. I see this as a beautiful way of being able to say, hey, take some time, Rich. Learn who you are. Learn what you want. If you want to be in that industry, go for it. But don't proselytize yourself to it. Because they're certainly sure as shit not giving a damn about you. So, what I'm going to do, and I'm very excited about this, so I meditated and prayed on this all night. I'm like, okay, whatever the spirits that be, the universe, however you identify with your holy power, okay? There's one out there. I've met it, I've died and come back, and it was amazing. So there is this power out there that is bigger than all of us. I hate to break this to you, it does not have a gender. It's just kind of like pure energy, all right? And obviously what we put out comes back and vice versa. Spirit is energy, not gender, okay? So, long story short, I woke up this morning with a super clear vision, and this is what I'm going to do. What I've figured out, and I've looked at stats and all of this stuff, is conscious parenting is really what it's at, whether you're homeschooling or not, right? If you don't change how you're parenting, it's not going to matter if you're homeschooling, right? Essential oils aren't going to matter if your kid is super anxious if you're still berating them. They might actually need more oils and it'll cost you more, all right? Changing your diet isn't going to matter if you're still parenting with the same paradigm of authoritative, I'm right, you're wrong, now you can't have that food dye, throw away your Fruit Loops, you suck. It's not going to work. So this is what I'm going to do probably over the next couple of weeks, and I'm totally excited for this. And if it sucks, you guys have to be honest with me and tell me. If you're excited about it, definitely give me a thumbs up, a heart, or something so I know I'm in the right direction. Are you ready for this? All right. So I'm going to sit down and I'm going to create a couple programs. Number one, we're going to make sure I push the book From Stress to Best. It's number 29 in the world. Why the hell am I not doing that, right? Like, that's stupid. 29th in the world. Holy crap. And I didn't even push it. It just happened. So that's got to be divine intervention, right? Absolutely. All right. So I'm going to sit down. There's a program called Live Binders. which then I can create all these binders, like online binders. Remember those like in school? The Trapper Keeper. I wonder if I could put puppies on the front of these. Wouldn't that be awesome? Trapper Keepers were awesome. Anyway, so I'm going to create these binders. I'm going to have different hints, different tips, different resources on conscious parenting, on how to parent your child that you can purchase for like $7.99 and have access to it at all times. I'm going to create an evergreen course about parenting, I'm going to go through self-led learning, I'm going to go through oils, I'm going to go through food that you guys can access at any time. And it's going to be like $15. It'll be like nothing. It'll be super cheap. All right, so you guys will have access to this stuff at any time that you want, 24/7, and play it back. I'm even going to have stuff on there on if you want to start your own business, how to find that idea, how to find that dream, and take it from idea to implementation. Did you know that the Braless Visionary, which I actually have on my website, has helped over 2,500 women around the world be able to find that and launch their own dreams? Why the hell am I not doing anything with that? I'm like sitting back here going, oh God, what am I supposed to do? And he's like, bitch, I put it in your lap. Pick it up. So I'm going to pick it up. What do you guys think? Can you give me some sort of reaction? Because I know you're watching. I see you here. I'm like, I can see you. I know who you are. Am I on the right path or am I on the wrong path? What do you guys think? If I'm on the right path, give me a thumbs up. If I'm on the wrong path, give me a thumbs down and tell me what it is that you want. Because I now have a family of like 8 people to support. And I have little shoulders. Look, little shoulders. But I've got a big mouth. And that's what I can use. So what do you guys want? Do you guys want to be able to say, hey, here's a resource. Here's someone who knows her stuff. She's been through shit. I have lived through a lot of crap. All right. I have experiences that might like blow your mind. Would you believe that I used to get beaten and raped like every single night for 3 years straight? And I put up with that shit because I felt I deserved it. I didn't deserve it. Not at all. Yeah. There's a lot behind this face that you probably don't know, that probably you don't want to know. But the truth of the matter is this. How can we take our resources, our experiences, our life, and help others with it, right? Because isn't that really the goal? That we want to be able to help our children through things. We want to take our experience, expand their lives, and make our own parenting journey better than the one that we had. All right, so if that's the case, I want you guys to think about this and give me some like major pain points that you have. Like, is it fear that they won't fit in socially? Is it fear that they're not going to be able to achieve things academically, that they're not going to be able to move forward, that their anxiety is going to keep them back, that you don't know what the fuck you're doing? I mean, sometimes I feel like that, like, holy shit, what am I doing? And then know what my kids say? They say, Mom, you're doing a great job. We're just choosing not to pick up the tools. And I'm like, smack, smack, smack. Why do you do that to me? Because they're human. All right. So that's what I'm going to be working on. Watch for some changes on the website. I'm actually going to be moving stuff around and making it more accessible so you'll be able to purchase these things. And please make sure to share this because the Mommy Talk Live, I'm so excited for this. So the videos are going to start the first week of June. And it's going to be called Coffee Chat. And it's going to be Elizabeth and I sitting down and taking on the real tough subjects of parenting. Like, let's talk about self-harm. Let's talk about what it's like as your child is slicing and dicing themselves. Let's talk about anorexia. Yeah, that shit. All right. Let's talk about what it's really like to wake up in the middle of the night and not be able to breathe because you don't know if your child has committed suicide while you're sleeping. Or you're out grocery shopping and you're not sure if you're going to come home to your child being alive. The stuff that no one wants to take on, that's real. Did you know that suicide rates are the highest ever? That 65% of kids are stressed because of school and 55% of them are stressed because of parents. I don't care how you add that up, it's still more than 100%. We can change that 55%. You and me and your friends, share it. Because that way we can make it a better world because Lord knows we need it. All right, so with that, it is Friday. I got a couple thumbs up. I need a couple more. Give me some ideas. What do you want? What do you want to know? What are you afraid to ask? Dig deep and let me know. Because I bet you I've probably been there and done that. And we can share each other's knowledge. Till then, make sure you go to the website. It is Mary Harrington with an E. It's like a ton of herringfish.com. Sign up for the newsletter. I promise I don't send you crap. I send a recap of the week with some links as well as some funny stories, and we'll go from there. All right? I'm going to see you guys on Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.